been paying. You probably don't know this, but I've in the Warhammer 40k universe, there's been
more. I could finish this story.
There's been some big drama. I'm out. They've lost me as a customer.
Oh my
I'm
god,
so
Tarkov and Warhammer. Tell me, I'm sorry.
So it's going to sound a little silly, but basically, you've got this emperor. He's the emperor of mankind. He's the main guy, and he's got all these super soldiers and shit. And there are the space marines, and they're sort of like the mass-produced super soldier. And then the emperor has these guys called the custodes, and I think there's only like 10,000 of them ever or something. And these guys are at custodes tower over space marines the way space marines tower over a regular man. Like in the same way that like a space marine is a god to a regular human, a custodes is a god to a regular space marine. This is like a 10 or 11 foot tall giant meta man who's a genius and a philosopher. And if I think they timed them, and if his reaction time's slow by like 1,000th of a second, he gets retired to this other thing. Like these guys are the best of the best of the best of this race of humans they invented with magic and fucking chemistry. And part of Warhammer is they release these codexes or codices where they break down the nitty gritty shit. It's like the Silmarillion of a specific group. So you'll find out how like their ancestors lived and why their armor looks like this, and you'll learn like what kind of augment. Oh, 2 hearts, okay, and what kind of skin, like everything. There's been many of those, so lots of information about the custodes. Well, they've decided that the custodes, some of them are ladies now, just some of them are chicks now,
and that's why they lost you.
And nobody lost and nobody noticed for 10,000 years, but now they're custodes women. Oh yeah, they just
it's lame.
It would be it's like I don't even know what it's like. It's like saying the elves don't have dicks or something. It's like it's absurd to just decide
elves with no dicks.
None of them have dicks. That they're a dickless race. It's like actually all elves are transgender.
So they're woke retconning Warhammer.
Yeah, they woke retconned a tabletop expensive game whose player base is like 99% white dudes. Like
so they're pandering to people who won't purchase their product. Are just like resentfully destroying
there's
a hobby.
Big boycotts, like authors of the series are speaking out. It's a whole thing. But then of course part of the community is like, good riddance. And it's like, yeah, goodbye. I won't be spending any more money on your silly product.
I bet that's not a huge part of the community. I bet most people, the kind of people who get into shit like that, really like lore. They like consistency.
Like you've got to understand, the lore is like my favorite part of it. There's hours and hours. I can't tell you how dense it is. It's more dense than World War II. I've learned way more about Warhammer than I'll ever know about a real war, because there's 10,000 years of dense history and battles and character names and like a dozen races of beings over 20 million years of history. No, I'm done now because
they're not all men. See, maybe I don't understand.
No, there's a group of ladies. There's the Silent Sisters. There's the
the custodes. Here's where I come from, and I might be coming from the wrong place, but it's this. If I see a movie and a woman's beating up 5 men, I hate that. Stop it with your bullshit, right? If I see a superhero movie and that same thing happens, okay, well, this universe has different rules. It is okay for Captain Marvel, who's a girl, to beat up all these guys because she's super powerful. You know?
But this isn't a standalone thing. This is since like 93 or something. They've been dudes, and like very specifically.
So you knew they were dudes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, I projected this thing on there that. I guess in my mind they look like Master Chief. I didn't really know what was going on. They weren't talking. You couldn't see them.
The selection process to find someone who you might turn into a Space Marine is so ridiculous that the Navy SEALs wouldn't make it. And then the process after that, where they actually just start cutting them apart and injecting things into them and giving them extra organs and cutting all their skin off and replacing it with the black carapace, that most of them don't survive that. Like it's not like the Spartan program where a few die. Most of them die. Like, and they're like, oh no, it's absurd. It's absurd. not even like the reality of it. It's just the historical nature of it, that they've always been this fighting force of men.
Yeah,
it'd be like slipping lady Navy SEALs in a historical in the Osama bin Laden raid. It'd be like throwing a few lady Greeks in with Leonidas at Thermopylae. Like, wait, it was always the other way. Why is it this way now? Who are we making?
No, I imagined this was like the superhero exception that I just made, but that's not what this is.
And it's not necessary, because there's lady characters throughout the Warhammer universe who are badasses. There's no patriarchy. It's everyone on deck. There's no more patriarchy. There's no feminism. We're all just as shitty as everybody else here. There's none of that. So I
don't understand the motivation. I feel like by now, haven't you seen the potential for this backlash?
Now, part of me wants to hate the, like, I don't know, femme washing or whatever that's happening. I'm sure they'll be lesbians, or they'll have like hyena cocks or something like that. But the other part of me remembers that this is a company that sells models, and so doubling the variety of models of Custodes might be a money making scheme. It's like, now
0% chance.
Now you need some big titty Custodes models.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't a money making thing.
Well, anytime you introduce politics in it, you cut your user base in half. Like, we've seen Go Woke, Go Broke, right? There's something plenty of Bud Light, right? Say no more. Now we're watching Tesla go the other way, right? Where Elon Musk rails against the left, and his cars, he's 3 quarters in a row, he's selling fewer cars. In California, the Tesla Model 3 went from first place to third. Elon Musk sells to liberals, but now liberals are like, fuck you.
It's not even like half the player base for the Warhammer thing, though, because that's like assuming that there's an even split in like political affiliation amongst hobbies. Like, my guess would be that the overwhelming majority of people into Warhammer are men, which means that the majority of them are going to be right wing, because men are just, as a whole, more right wing than women. And so, like, they're making a decision that upsets way more than half of their player base. For what? To appease some huge investing firm that's trying to push DEI stuff? Are they doing it because they have some internal process or they put the wrong person in charge of a department? Like, I don't know why.
I just checked out, unsubscribed from all the YouTube channels.
Wow. That was hard ejecting.
Like, I don't follow the Warhammer world at all, and I saw that this was happening because I guess, like, following fantasy and video games like AoE2, they kind of put some of that stuff in front of my feed. Like, I didn't see one person who was like a Warhammer account on Twitter, at least, being like, this is a great change. I saw a ton of people who were like, the Warhammer man or something, being like, what the fuck? This is not consistent with the lore. And then clearly someone who's not even into the hobby, some pink hair, replying and being like, why do you even care? And it's like, I hate that response. Why do you even care? It's like, you're questioning why someone cares about a hobby that you clearly care enough to attempt to ruin or inject your own nonsense into. So why do you care? Then just keep them all men. Oh, you care. Okay. So that shit's so shitty. It sucks.
Did the Stormlight archive just get updated?
What?
I hope not.
Oh no, December 7th.
Good.
I'm sorry.
Take it away.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you dislike it?
Read the books that I sent you.
You took that on yourself.
I know.
Ask for the books.
I know you didn't. I didn't ask for the Warhammer book, but I read it.
That was like when they put fucking Moses in that reed basket and sent him down the fucking river. Whatever happens, man.
I read the Warhammer book and I had a good time with it. You would enjoy
me to raise him up as my own. I'm just saying.
You would enjoy the Stormlight Archive series. You like fantasy. You like that kind of shit. It's very well fleshed out. A lot of action.
The first book is good and it gets worse every book.
It's not true.
I'm into the historical stuff right now. I'm a little bitten by the Warhammer.
Play Age of Empires with me. You'll learn. You'll learn about history.
No, have you shown your shield off, or do you care to?
It's in the other room. That'll be a PKN exclusive. Check out the Patreon.
Oh, yeah. Check out Taylor's War Shield.
I wonder. I have a shield too. I wonder whose shield is better. I'm looking for better phrasing.
Well, there's only one.
Tune in to PKN and check out the Patreon so you can watch me and Woody
grab my
shield
sword.
off.
We'll do a sword shield. We'll do a bumping.
Well, you're gonna need each of you get a sword and a shield, and you
I have a
go
sword.
at it.
You have a sword?
I don't have a sword.
Oh, you showed up to a sword fight with a shield?
Okay, I'll bring a gun. This is a custodies.
Well, don't do that.
Shotgun. Yeah.
Well, don't do that.
Yeah, you
and you'll be excited, Woody. Season 3 of From coming soon.
Gay.
Oh my god!
I don't think I'm
probably gonna watch it.
My girlfriend asked me, she's like, "Are you gonna watch it?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know if I'm gonna watch it. It pissed me off so much. I get genuinely mad at products, and I'll like do my own private boycott. Like, I'm not gonna fucking put up a sign. I'm not gonna post on social media. I'm not even gonna bother you people with it. But like, I'm like, all right, I'll never buy from you again. I'll never watch a second of you when I see you on the internet again. And there's so many things that are like that for me that I just don't fuck with.
You're just over it.
I want to deny them like a moment of, I don't know, ad revenue or like $1 of fucking rental money or whatever. I guess I'm a little hypocritical when it comes to Tarkov because it's a Russian company and everything, but I'm off that now. I'm definitely not going back to Tarkov. Like they lost me too.
So even though they sort of made amends and gave us that DLC for free, well, for included in the price, you're not forgiving.
Look, he has apologized, and I'm not kidding. Like, all right, fake apologies, Russian apologies. He'll be like, "I'm sorry you were in your feelings like this for what we did." It's like, wait, what? You're sorry that we feel bad about what you did to us? That's like sort of suggesting that we're in our own little universe where what you did is offensive, and you're in reality where it isn't quite so. We're all in the same reality where what you did is horse shit, and everybody's pointing it out, luckily. But no, he's apologized or gone back or like, oh, actually, the package will be this and this package will do that, and it'll be for 6 months. And like, he's moved so many like pieces around the board on what you get for what amount of money and what kind of discount refund. And every day it's new because they're seeing how bad it is every day, and it's not getting better. The cheaters, there's big groups of cheaters who have said, we're only killing the people who bought that new shit. If we see you and you've bought the $250 version, we are bullying you. We're coming for you.
The new version is cheaters galore.